chapter 11, verse 9. Yahushua answered, are there not 12 hours in the day?
Okay.
If anyone walks in the day, he does not stumble because he sees the light of this world.
Okay, so if any man walks in the day, he does not stumble because he sees the light of this world. Which he sees the order, is basically saying. He sees the order of this world. Yah's word is the order. Lamp unto my feet, light unto my path. Okay? Yah's word is the order. So, he says, are not there 12 hours in a day? So some people say, well, they ain't reckon time, but he said 12 hours in a day. So they understood there was a period of day and there's a period of night. But Yom still means day. But also it means 24-hour cycle too. Let's go to Shovatim, Judges 19:9. It says, and the man arose to go, and he and his concubine and his servant. But his father-in-law, the young woman's father, said to him, see, the day is now drawing toward evening. Please spend the night. See, the day is coming to an end. It doesn't mean there's a new... I know some people read this and say, oh, that means a new day because the evening was coming. No, she's saying the day is coming to an end. It's not customary for Hebrews to travel at night.
That's right.
What is it customary for Hebrews to do at night?
Turn in.
Turn in.
Turn in.
That's right. That's not customary for us to work or travel at night. Matter of fact, if you was out at night, normally it's because you were doing something wicked or something evil that you're not supposed to. So he said, please spend the night. See, the day is coming to an end. Stay here and let your heart be glad, and you shall rise early tomorrow. Remember that word tomorrow. We're going to deal with that a little later. For your journey, and you shall go to your tent. Hallelujah. Okay? Now we're going to deal with darkness. The word for dark in Hebrew is a cheshek, Strong's number, it's a chet, shin, resh, kof, and it comes from Strong's number 2822. It means to grow dark, be dim. Grow dark, be dim, terror, ignorance. Okay, so now you start dealing with a different level of interpretation when you deal with darkness. But we're not going to take away from the literal meaning also. Okay? Hard to understand, made dark, blackened, obscurity, unknown. Okay? And you can see this word is broad and in contrast with light. So they're like opposites. Okay? So ignorance, terror, all these things are associated with dark. When your understanding is dark, you're not seeing, you don't get it, you can't see. Okay? All right, the Hebrew word for night is Lila. Okay? Lamed, Yod, Lamed, Hey, Strong's number 3915, which means night. Sometimes with the implication that it's time for illicit, illegal, or immoral activity. Midnight. So you see what Lila's associated with. Why is Lila or night associated? Because darkness is associated with this. Okay? These are two separate entities brought together by what? Light and darkness are brought together by what? What brings these two totally different periods together? All right, put the next slide, my brother. And this is just a picture, if you can see. He said he separated the two. Remember, he created it. He separated. Okay? Darkness, light. Gave them both their periods of time. Okay? Now, some would say this is not a 12-hour period yet because the sun and moon hasn't been created or whatnot. However, we know they were separated.
That's right.
And if it wasn't a 12-hour period then was it a 12-hour period later? Some people say it was 1,000 years. Like I said, I'm not going to get into that because that's not what the lesson's about today. But either way, he separated it. Okay, go to the next one. Now, what connected these two? Evening. All right? What is evening? Bereshit 1:5, we'll read it again. And Elohim called the light day, and the darkness he called night, and evening and the morning were the first day. Well, there you have it. We can end the lesson. Evening and morning. That's evening to evening, right?
That's the evening to evening. That's what they say.
Right. Close the book. Let's take a little deeper look at that. And the evening and the morning were the first day. This is in the King James Version. Okay, that's how it's worded. If you look at the word that's used, and there was, or the word for and the evening, really the word in Hebrew used is Yaheh. Yod, Hey, Yod. Or Yahi, as some would say. Which means to come to be, or to become, or to be. Okay? The same word he used when let light come to be, and it came to be. Okay? Same word. So we have the word. So let's word this in accordance with the word that's used. It said, and there came to be evening, Yaheh Arab, wa Yaheh Bokar. And it came to be morning, the first day. Okay, now first of all, when they say, well, that shows the ordinance of time was morning, was evening, and then the morning came, then the evening again. Does that? Let's take a deeper look at it. What is it really saying? And there came to be evening. What did there come to be evening from? See, the light, when he said, let there be light, or let there come to be light, and light came to be, where did the light come from? Did it come from nowhere? The only way evening can come to be is if there's light.
That's right.
Am I crazy?
No, that's absolutely right.
So he said, and there came to be. Okay, let's deal with the word for evening, or red. Okay? See, we got to remember, evening is what connects the two. That's what makes them intimate. It actually is what makes them one. It's like a relationship. When you come together, that's when you become one. Now we have a complete day here. Okay, let's look at the word, the word for evening in Hebrew. Arab, Strong's number 6153, meaning evening, twilight, dusk, a fading of day, mingled. Mingled. Now, some of these definitions I'm actually getting from the ancient Hebrew lexicon, either also mingled, knitted or woven.
That's right.
So, how did it start with evening if there is no light? If it means to mix together, if it means to be woven together, okay, mingled. Evening. Okay, then morning, which made up a complete 24-hour cycle as we know it today. Okay, remember, as we know it today, Bereshit 1:6, we go to Genesis 1 and 6 now.
And Elohim said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters.
All right, so there came to be evening. There came to be morning. Let's say it right. There came to be evening. From what? Daytime or light. Remember, he separated the light from the darkness? Then there came to be evening because he's working in the daytime. He's working in light. And then there came to be morning, day one. What did he say day one for? We're starting a new cycle now.
That's right.
Not so much as, oh, that was day one, the morning, and then the evening. No, he said there came to be evening, then there came to be morning, the first day. Why? Now verse 6 starts to pick up of what he was doing in the daytime, in the light side of the day of day 2. Okay? Which is why you get, go ahead and read verse 7 for me, please.
And Elohim made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. Mm-hmm. And it was so. Mm-hmm. And Elohim called the firmament Shemayim. And there was evening, and there was morning, a second day.
He said there was evening, and there was morning, a second day, or the second day. So he let you know the second day had passed. He was creating in the daytime. Then the evening came. No man worketh. You see what I'm saying? Elohim didn't work, you see what I'm saying? To start back his work in the light where there was order. You know, the English word order comes from the Hebrew word or.
That's right.
That's where the word comes from. Without light, there is no order. Have you ever walked in a dark room? You get kind of scared. It's confusing. You don't know what's in there. You're like, hold on. Somebody get a flashlight. You see what I'm saying? It makes sense. Okay? Let's go to the next slide, please. Just want to show you a quick picture. And you can see how the mixing. You can see it's light and dark. It's a mixing going on here. And there came to be evening and then morning. Day one. Okay? So it ends in the morning.
That's right.
All right? Okay. Let's go to chapter 1. We're going to go to verse 14 now. I think you know what happens between there. But we're going to get to the lights. We're going to get to the lights. Let's go to verse 14. Let's read that.
And Elohim said, let there be lights in the firmament of Shemayim to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and for years.
Okay? Now let's read that again, because it says, what are these lights for? He said, let's make the lights to divide the day from the night. And they're for what?
For signs.
Signs.
For seasons.
Seasons.
And for days.
And for days.
And for years.
And for years. So you got to figure out which of these lights do they all do this? Are they all for signs and seasons, days and years? Or do they have specific jobs to them? Okay? Let's go down to verse 16. Well, just read 15 and 16, please.
And let them be for lights in the firmament of Shemayim to give light upon the earth. And it was so. And Elohim made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day and the lesser light to rule the night, and the stars.
All right. Let's take a deep look at what we just read. He said he made how many lights? He made two lights. Okay? He made the greater light. Okay? And then he made to rule the day.
That's right.
Okay? He made the lesser light to rule the night.
That's right.
See, y'all put them in sequential order for us. See, it's us that's trying to put the evening, say the lesser light. How can the lesser light start a day when the greater light was created? What is the greater light being created for if the lesser light is what starts your day off?
The greater light is to rule the day.
That's right. The greater light is to rule the day. Now, does this sound familiar when you deal with headship? Okay? Here in verse 16, we see some of the first rulership going on. Now Yah is giving these servants of his rulership. Okay? He gives a greater light. He said, you're going to rule this. He gives a lesser light and says, you're going to rule this. That almost sounds like a marriage right there.
Let me ask you a question. What's the significance of the lesser lights at night? What are their purpose? If primitive man, well, I don't want to call them primitive man, but early man understood that the stars were like a compass. When you're sailing across the seas, they are to chart your path. When you're traveling upon the face of the earth at night, they're compasses. They're like a compass.
Yeah.
You don't need that compass so much during the daytime because the greater light is ruling the day.
That's right.
During the day, everything is distinguished.
That's right.
So you don't need that compass.
That's right.
It's only until night when there's less order. Y'all puts those lesser lights in there to give man order.
That's right.
A compass is a way of ordering your direction.
That's right.
I just want to throw that
Come on, man. That's all good.